vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's check out the Punisher. That's part of the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, running on PC. Okay, Arcade Punisher. We'll go ahead and play the English version. Not much difference between the Japanese and the English version. Let's change our wallpaper. We're going to leave the display filter on A. B is like a little too filter heavy, so it's a little blurry. And then when we start getting to C and D, that's when we start getting into the scan lines, which I'm not a super fan of. Having none in there gives you the chunky pixels, but I think it's probably more representative of what it would have looked like in the arcade for Type A. I think we'll just leave it on full for the display size. True 4:3, it looks a little funny, I think, on a 16:9 set. And yeah, we've got Punisher and Nick Fury. We'll play Punisher. I think it's funny when you see like a lot of people wax poetic about this genre. It's like, God, why aren't there any games in this genre anymore? Well, I think there was a heyday of this genre, and unfortunately, there's not like a whole lot of difference between games in the genre. So it's really, really tough to make a game in the genre and stand out and not feel a little samey. In this case, Punisher, had its levels of violence pretty high, so that made it made it stand out more. Although this was not a very successful arcade game. I think people need to realize that the distribution wasn't good necessarily. And the level of violence was, I think, kind of concerning for some arcade owners. Plus, again, during the time that this was released, there were a ton of games in the arcade that were in this genre. So there's certainly not a shortage of games in the genre, unlike now, right? Tell me where your boss is. Please don't kill me. He's at Castle Panta Verde, Florida. Panta Verde, what the hell? Thanks and goodbye. I know, we don't really think of this game as being ultra-violent in this day and age. But at the time, it really was. Bruno won't escape me this time. Yeah, well. Yeah, it also wasn't normal to have firearms in these types of games. For obvious reasons. It's kind of a difficult thing to incorporate firearms into a side-scrolling beat-em up. And they made the addition of the handgun pretty simple. There's that fire sprite. Since Final Fight, Street Fighter 2. Very familiar Capcom sprite. I don't die so easily. Time for justice. What the? Bruno? Yeah. I've been programmed by the Kingpin to exterminate you. This is the thing I hate about. I hate the most about this genre is the number of times an enemy goes off screen. You have to deal with it. And no game in the genre has since taken that gameplay quirk out of the equation. Even games made nowadays that try to replicate the beat 'em up genre still have enemies off screen that you have to deal with. It's a thing that everybody hates, which somehow still exists. Even though everybody hates it. 2 stage clear. 2 stage clear? Kingpin. I know he was behind all of this. Stage 3. Waterfront warfare. There's a major drug deal going down at the harbor tonight. There's a chance for me to blow them out of the water. Oh, I'm glad he said them out of the water. Would have been a slightly different game had he not said that. That's right. The quarters go in, and they don't come back. Yeah, I think the problem with this game, with this genre too, is that it's inherently unfair, right? In order to make it challenging enough, you know, the enemies just have to have an advantage over you, kind of almost all the time. So in a modern game where you sort of want the player to feel like they have an even chance, that's just not part of the genre, not part of the beat 'em up genre. That if you make a beat 'em up where there really is like an equal chance, completely skill based, then you may have a game that's too easy. And you can only play a game like this for so long. Like you can't have a 50-hour game, a 50-hour beat 'em up game. I mean, people will just get exhausted since it's really just a couple buttons you're hitting. You know, for 20 minutes, you know, maybe 30 minutes, it's really, really great. But 50 hours, oh boy. It would certainly be a challenge for anyone to play this kind of genre for that long. At least not without like a really good progressive RPG subsystem, right? Just to level up your character and maybe have the gameplay change up that way. It's kind of what they did with the NES version of Double Dragon. They just gave it some RPG elements and some exploration elements, and that made it better for home play. No, my hot dogs. Why? Die in your own blood, baby. Look at this enemy. Wah! That's right. Put some Swiss cheese on the ground. Punisher. Well-known love for Swiss cheese. And chickens lying in the street. And what is that, a flan? Again, every single one of these games, enemies off screen. It's like, why? No. Oh well, at least it's not Guardians of the Hood, huh? Pretty obscure beat 'em up. I think I've seen that particular arcade cabinet once. No. Whew. Barely.
I did it.
That's right. Give me those points. That's how you judge a man. You got a huge poppy field and a mobile factory, all in one underground cave in Arizona. Let's throw a little wrench into the Kingpin's plans. Oh man, Arizona, all's getting called out. Take that box. That's right. Be an Amazon worker. Huh. I like how crack is K-R-A-K. Not teaching kids the value of spelling. We will teach them how to take a bat to somebody's face, though. Are they hanging their laundry on the train? What is going on here? So, well, you need clean underwear. Even bad guys need to wash their delicates. you know, what are you gonna do if they're gonna take you to the hospital, you know? You don't want them to know that you're walking around in dirty underwear, do you? Embarrassing for a bad guy. Maybe that's why they turned to a life of crime. Yeah. Got endlessly teased in their younger years about their dirty draws. Made them hate society. This is the backstory I imagine that's happening in Punisher. You know, I think it's official. I think it's in one of the comics, maybe. Yeah, it was Punisher, the Dirty Drawer Saga. Welcome aboard, Punisher. Welcome, Punisher. Was your arm turned into a cannon? Oh, it turns into a couple things, I see. It's a very specific use case, that power. Yeah, look at those little ticks of damage I do. Bushwhacker. I don't know if I would choose that to be my evil criminal name. Not even in 1993. The Punisher has caused me enough damage. Find where he's hiding and bring me his head. Someone's here already. I finally found you, Punisher. Now I'll have your head. Off-screen enemies, love it. Just didn't have the technology to keep all the enemies on the screen. That's right. Punisher Swiss cheese. He doesn't like, Punisher doesn't like the cheese whiz, you know. He wants the Swiss cheese on there. I think the cheese whiz is too heavy for Punisher. Gotta keep his diet light. He's just eating the Philly cheesesteak just for the protein. That's what he tells himself. I like how I dropped my pipe for a single ninja star. Well, yeah, Punisher ain't known for brains. Well, why was the android carrying a flan? Who knows? Wah! Delicious flan in a barrel. Target confirmed. Terminate immediately. Ah, not one of you guys. This is one of those games that's impossible to one credit. It's just not designed for designed for that. Yeah, it is designed to take your money, no matter how good you are. Oh, I left that pizza there. Man, I'm gonna regret that. I'll have the munchies later on in the next level. I'm like, man, I wish I would have picked up that pizza. Kingpin, your luck finally runs out. You know, he's not there, right? He can't hear you. Last stage, final punishment. I know he's hiding somewhere in this hotel. It ends for you tonight, Kingpin, I swear it. Like, hopefully this is the right hotel, otherwise, you know, that'll be embarrassing. No. Taking my star with me. Punish us with cheese. punish that cheese. We'll fill it with holes. Oh, I forgot there was a rewind button. Did not mean to do that. Although in a game like this, there's no such thing as a perfect run. I mean, the game is designed to be built against you. Your ridiculous little vendetta ends now, Punisher. It's all over, Kingpin. You're through. Oh, not you're, you are through. It's you're through. Ugh. That's quite a large man to throw. I'll tell you. I do like how it takes them a little bit longer to pick him up than everybody else. You get 2 punches in before he just grabs you out of your animations. Oh no, the whole building is gonna blow. Damn, we gotta get out of here. Good night, fat boy. As the Kingpin faced his final defeat at the Punisher's hands, the King building, its support structure badly damaged, collapsed, its dying echo reverberating through the city like the anguished roar of an exorcised demon. With his defeat and the King's building's collapse, the Kingpin's empire of sin began to disintegrate. His powerful guiding hand, it soon tore itself apart. But for the Punisher, while the battle has been won, the war goes on. For him, there is no rest from the war until there is no Evil left on the earth to fight. An impossible task, perhaps, but it is his fate to fight a never-ending war. A war he can never really win. It doesn't matter, for he is a man who has accepted his fate. A man unable to escape his cruel destiny. That night, the Punisher vanished into the dark, melting back into the shadows to stalk his prey, and the predators of New York shudder, knowing that now they are being hunted. I mean, the bad predators, not the good ones. The bad ones from New York, yeah. The next morning, the police searched through the rubble of the King building. They found over 294 ex-criminals, but they couldn't find any body that could be identified as the Kingpin. Vengeance burns eternal. Alright, so there you go. That was the Punisher Arcade. A lot of fun. Unfortunately, it was unfortunately, it's a little bit of an obscure game, you know? Again, the number of units in North America was fairly low, certainly compared to other games of its time and even other beat 'em ups of its time. But you know, like a lot of other Capcom beat 'em ups, you know, from Final Fight to you know, Captain Commando, you know, it has the same level of quality as all those games. And you know, I think it's just right as far as the length goes, certainly for an arcade game. I mean, we've been playing for 50 minutes. You know, to play an arcade game for 50 minutes, just standing up playing is a long time. Maybe not when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, you know, that's a long time just to be standing up playing a game. You know, no sit-down version was available. At least I don't believe so. You know, there were arcade cabinets that had, you know, like stools and stuff, but I don't think this was one of them. It's nice to see this game available, you know, in the general public on modern systems, and in a way we can enjoy, you know, and you can play with as many credits as you want. You know, free play is on. And if you want to limit yourself to a couple credits or 1 credit, you know, you can still do that. You just don't continue. I never understood the folks out there who complain that games are on free play. It's like, well, if you don't want to use more than 1 credit, then don't continue. Pretty simple. But if you do want to use a bunch of credits, then free play is really good. I guess they really should complain about their own inability to control themselves. And maybe don't complain about the fact that free play is available for the rest of us. Yeah, anyway, this is a really good conversion. You know, obviously, or emulation. Obviously, this game's been out of circulation for a long time. And, you know, the Genesis was the only way to play this before. I don't believe this was part of any other Capcom collection, really, because the licensing would have been troublesome. But yeah, it's not the feature of the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. I wish the title was shorter than that. But as a bonus game, I think it's really good, especially with it being so complete and feature-rich. So definitely check it out for yourself. Again, it's not necessarily a long game, but for a beat-em-up, it's a pretty good size, and you'll be certainly challenging yourself if you want to run through the game with as few credits as possible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.